second day of Read On Children's Literature Season 4, powered by Alchemy Arts and Education Foundation. Read On is a festival curated to celebrate the literary works of authors, poets, and playwrights. The festival is curated and hosted by Alchemy Arts and Education Foundation. The main objective of Read On is to encourage, motivate, and help students explore the world of literature through fun and experiential learning. Alchemy Kids Theatre, established in Chennai in the year 2003, is a pioneer in training children from the age group of 4 years to 14 years in creativity, communication, and personality development skills, enhancement through its developmental drama curriculum. Alchemy Kids Theatre, its training centers are located in Chennai at Adyar, KK Nagar, and Ananagar. The courses offered by Alchemy Kids Theatre facilitate learners to observe, explore, experiment, and also empower them with positive skills in communication, creativity, presentation, and leadership. Over 60,000 children from across Tamil Nadu have been educated and transformed through the developmental drama curriculum at Alchemy. Alchemy Kids Theatre has been largely instrumental in attracting new audiences to view and appreciate the art of theatre and has been a connoisseur in keeping the light of theatre art glowing. Today, we're very glad to have the students of Holy Sai and SRM Public School on the second day school round of the Read On Children's Literature Festival Season 4. Can we please give a big round of applause to all of you guys? So the agenda for today would be your performances, followed by testimonials. We will be choosing 5 students from each school and the coordinating teachers to talk about your experience of performing at the Read On Children's Literature Festival Season 4, followed by the certificate distribution and a group photograph for each school. We will also be giving out bookmarks as part of the Read On Children's Literature Festival. There is a QR code where you can scan it and watch your performances, as we will be going live today on our YouTube channel, Alchemy Kids Theatre. And do you know any song for books? Like, have you heard about any song for books? Like, you've have heard somewhere, no? Not come across any song particularly for books? No, you've not come across a song for books. Like, any Disney movie? Nothing? Why? Yarum breakfast சாப்பிடலையா எல்லாரும் ரொம்ப சைலண்டா இருக்கீங்க. I know a few faces from this school. Okay, so yes, there is a song for books. Okay, it's called the Read On song, where the students of Alchemy Youth Theatre have written it. We have visualized it. A person, Mr. Srivardhan, was the music director. He composed the song for us, and the editing was done by Mr. Satish Kumar and conceptualized by Mr. Vijay Vishwanathan. So the song was released yesterday at 6:45 p.m. So we're going to screen the song for you. So I will ask you questions after the song. So please watch this. Over to the screen.
Emotions to discover, times for escaping boundaries of reality, knocking the intriguing doors that hold imagination, letting creation flood in. We build our safe shelter. you're returning. Wonders of creativity, turning pages one by one, all the way from dusk till dawn. None of us can ever stop, we'll always be on. All the way to Hogwarts and Baker Street, we saw the glass slippers with Cinderella's feet. The Parliament's courage and Superman's jokes, with Brutus's betrayal, our hearts simply broke. Kalidasa's Shakespeare, Enid Blyton and Ruskin Bond. We grew up with their characters, and of them we grew fond. Living a thousand lives, traveling through time, bringing words to life while leading line by line. Na 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 na. Always be on.
Yeah, you guys can clap. Thank you. Okay, so moving on, a few house rules that we will follow today. Food and beverages are strictly not allowed inside the auditorium. So in case you're feeling hungry, you can step outside and eat. Restrooms are at the left end of the auditorium. As performances are happening, request everyone to please be seated. In case you want to use the restroom or eat your snacks, you can please get up in between the performances. And we will be going live on our YouTube channel, Alchemy Kids Theatre, so you can watch your performances and the performances of the next 2 days that will be happening here at the Alchemy Black Box Studio. So are you all excited? Excited to come up here and perform? Okay, so can we have a big round of applause for our first performer of the Read On Children's Literature Festival Season 4 Day 2 School Round, Dia from Holy Side, a monologue from the importance of being earnest. Can we please give her a big round of applause?
Hi everyone, I am Dia from Holy Side International School. Today I am going to perform a monologue called Importance of Being Earnest. Well, I must say, Arjun, that I think it's a high time that Mr. Banbury made up his mind whether he was going to live or die. The shilly-shally with the question is absurd, nor do I in any way approve the modern sympathy with invalids. I consider it morbid. Illness of any kind is hardly a thing to be encouraged in others. Health is our primary duty of our life. I always tell this to your poor uncle, but he never seems to take much notice as far as any improvement in his ailment goes. I should be much obliged if you would ask Mr. Bunbury from me to be kind enough not to have a relapse on Saturday. I rely on you to arrange my music on Saturday. This is my last reception and one wants something that will encourage conversation, particularly at the end of the season. Thank you.
That was wonderful, Dia. Can we put our hands together for Farhan from the SRM Public School to come and perform a monologue from the William Shakespeare Tempest?
Hello everyone, I'm Mohammad Farhan Ahmed from SRM and I am going to render a Prospero monologue of William Shakespeare's The Tempest, Act 4, Scene 1. Our rebels now are empty. These are actors, as I foretold, who own spirits and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the glanted towers, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yes. Oh, with its inherent shall dissolve, and like this insubstantial pageant, faded, leave not a wreck behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness, my own brain is troubled. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire me to my cell in the repose. A turn or two I walk to still my beating mind. Thank you.
That was wonderful, Farhan. Coming up next, we have Dakshay Nilaj coming to perform a poem. Come, Dakshay.
Hi everyone, I am Alchemy Arts from Hoisa International School. Today I am going to perform a poem written by the Toru Dutt, an amazing poem writer. And a sea of foliage girds our garden round, but not a sea of dull and varied green. Sharp contrast of all colors here are seen. The light green, graceful tamarins abound. The ambit, the mango plums of green profound. The palms arise like pillars of grace between, and on the quiet pools the seaman's lean, red, startling like a trumpet sound. But nothing can be lovelier than the ranges of bamboos to the eastward. And when moon looks through their gaps, and water looks changes to a cup of silver, when drunken with the beauty or gaze and gaze on primeval Eden or amaze. Thank you.
Thank you, Dakshay. Coming up next, we have Arjun from SRM Public School coming to perform Prospero's monologue from the Dances.
Hi, I am Arjun from SRM Public School. I am going to perform a monologue by William Shakespeare, Act 5, Scene 1. I'll deliver all and promise you calm seas, auspicious gales, and say so expeditious that shall catch your royal fleet far off. My Ariel, chick, that is thy charge. Then to my elements, be free and fare thou well. Please you, draw near. Now my charms are all overthrown, and what strength I have is mine own. I must be here confined by you, or be sent to Naples. Let me not. Since I have got my dukedom, be pardoned. Dwell in this bare island by your own spell. And release me from my bands with your own good hands. Gentle breath of yours, my sails must fill, or my project fails. Which place is that? But I want. I know that spirits to enforce and art to enchant. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Coming up next, we have Ifra from Hoisa International coming to tell us a story. Can we put our hands together, please? Very deeply.
Hi all, I am Ifra from Hoisa International School. Today I am going to perform a story named The Faraway Tree. The faraway tree one day they go for a walk in the woods and branches. At the last they reaches the clouds. As they climb upon the tree, they meet the silky fairy, saucepan, and the silky fairy and saucepan. As they climb upon the tree, there is a ladder which can take them to the magical land. Magical land. The children are free to come and go, but the children need to leave before the land moves to the next tree. The children were going to the magical land and they were in the next tree. They were only some animals and at the early morning they reached their city. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Coming up next, we have another Prospero monologue. This will be performed by Pratyush from SRM Public School.
Hello everyone. My name is Pratyush. I am studying in SRM Public School. Now I am going to tell the Prospero monologue, Act 4 scene on the Tempest by Shakespeare. Our revels now are ended. These, our actors, as I foretold you, are all spirits and are melted into air, the thin air. And like the baseless fabric of his vision, the broadcast towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself. Yeah, all that it inherits shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and a little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Where is my weakness? My old brain is troubled. Be not disturbed by infirmity. If we please return to my cell and there repose. A turn or two, I will walk to still my beating mind. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful performance. Now we're going to have a regional literature performance. We have one Andrea KM from Holy Sai International coming to tell a story, but in Malayalam. Can we put our hands together for her, please?
Hi, my name is Andrea. I'm from Holy Sai International School and I'm studying in 6th grade. Today I'm going to tell a story, The Farmer and His Sons, but in Malayalam. കൃഷിക്കാരനും അയാളുടെ മക്കളും. ഒരിക്കൽ ഒരിടത്ത് ധനികനായ ഒരു കൃഷിക്കാരൻ ജീവിച്ചിരുന്നു. അയാൾക്ക് 3 മക്കളുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. തനിക്കിനി അധികം കാലമില്ലെന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കിയ കൃഷിക്കാരൻ തങ്ങളുടെ മക്കളെ അടുത്തേക്ക് വിളിപ്പിച്ചു. മക്കളെ, കൃഷിക്കാരൻ പറഞ്ഞു, എനിക്ക് നിങ്ങളോട് ഒരു കാര്യം പറയാനുണ്ട്. നമ്മുടെ പൂർവികർ മുതൽ കൈമാറി വരുന്ന ഭൂമിയാണ് ഇതെല്ലാം. അതൊന്നും നിങ്ങൾ വെറുക്കരുത്. അതിലെവിടെയോ നിധിയുണ്ട്, പക്ഷേ ശരിക്കുള്ള സ്ഥലം ഏതാണെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയില്ല. തീർച്ചയായും അതെവിടെയോ ഉണ്ട്. നിങ്ങൾ നിധി അന്വേഷിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഒരു കാര്യം ശ്രദ്ധിക്കണം, ഒരു സ്ഥലവും നശിപ്പിക്കരുത്. ഇത്രയും പറഞ്ഞ് കൃഷിക്കാരൻ മരിച്ചു. അത്രയും വൈകാതെ മക്കൾ നിധിക്കായി പുറപ്പെട്ടു. അവർ വയലെല്ലാം കിളച്ചു നോക്കാൻ തീരുമാനിച്ചു. അവർ വയലെല്ലാം ഒരു സ്ഥലം പോലും വിടാതെ കിളച്ചു മറിച്ചു. അങ്ങനെ 2-3 തവണ വയലെല്ലാം അവർ കിളച്ചു മറിച്ചു. ഇത്രയും അധ്വാനിച്ചിട്ടും അവർക്ക് ഒരു നിധിയും കണ്ടെടുക്കാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞില്ല. അങ്ങനെ അവർ കഠിനാധ്വാനം ചെയ്ത വയലിൽ ധാന്യങ്ങൾ നട്ടു. വിളവെടുപ്പ് കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ അവർ കണക്കുകളെല്ലാം തീർത്തിട്ടും ലാഭമായി നിറയെ പണം ലഭിച്ചു. ആ ഗ്രാമത്തിൽ ആർക്കും ലഭിക്കാത്ത അത്രയും പണമാണ് ഇവർക്ക് ലഭിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. അപ്പോഴാണ് അവരുടെ പിതാവ് പറഞ്ഞ ആ വാക്ക് ഇവർക്ക് മനസ്സിലായിട്ടുള്ളത്. അധ്വാനത്തിന്റെ ഫലമായി ലഭിച്ച അതിശക്തമായ വിളവ് അവരുടെ കൃഷിസ്ഥലത്തിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെ അവർക്കത് ലഭിച്ചു. ഈ കഥയുടെ ഗുണപാഠം കഠിനാധ്വാനത്തിന്റെ ഫലം ഉറപ്പ്. അത് ഒത്തുചേർന്നാൽ ഇരട്ടി ഫലം ലഭിക്കും.
That was wonderful. Now we have Ayushman Kumar from the SRM Public School coming to perform Jack's monologue from The Importance of Being Earnest.
Hello everyone, I am Ayushman Kumar from grade 8 and I am representing SRM Public School. It pains me as I speak to you, Lady Bracknell, about your nephew. But the fact is that I do not approve at all of his moral character. Not that. I am Ayushman Kumar of class 8 and I am representing SRM PS. It pains me very much as I speak to you, Lady Brand. But
That's okay, it happens. Can we still give him a big round of applause? Coming up next, we have Varaniti from Holy Sai International coming to render a poem in Tamil. Can we please give her a big round of applause once again? You're very sleepy sitting in the second row.
வணக்கம், என் பெயர் வருணிதி. நான் ஹோலி சாய் சர்வதேச பள்ளியில் 6ஆம் வகுப்பு படிக்கிறேன். இப்பொழுது நான் தமிழின் இனிமை என்ற கவிதையை நான் கூறப்போகிறேன். கனியிட ஏறிய சுளையும் முற்றல் கலையிட ஏறிய சாரும் பனிமலர் ஏறிய தேனும் காய்ச்சும் பாகிட ஏறிய சுவையும் நனிபசு பொழியும் பாலும் தென்னை நல்கிய குளிர்ந்த நீரும் இனியனை என்பேன் எனினும் தமிழை என் உயிர் என்பேன் கண்டேன். இப்பாட்டை இயற்றியவர் பாரதிதாசன். நன்றி.
Next, we have Vishwa KS from the SRM Public School coming to give us a monologue. Vishwa, the stage is all yours.
Hey everyone, this is KS Vishwa from SRM Public School, here to perform a monologue on the topic The Happy Prince by Oscar Wilde. Swallow, swallow, little swallow, far away across the city, I see a big man in his garret. He is leaning over a desk covered with papers, and in a tumbler by his side there's a bunch of withered violets. His hair is brown and crisp. His lips are red as a pomegranate. His eyes are large and dreamy. He's trying to finish a play for the director of the theatre, but it's too cold to write anymore. There is no fire in the garret, and hunger has made him faint. Alas, I no longer have rubies to give him. My eyes are all that I have now. They are made of rare sapphires from India 1,000 years ago. Pluck out one of them and give it to him. He will sell it to the jeweler, buy firewood, and finish his play. Swallow, swallow, little swallow. Will you stay one night longer with me? There stands a little match girl in the square below. She let her matches fall in the gutter and they are spoiled. Her father will beat her if she does not return home with some money. And she is crying. She has no shoes or stockings with her. Please, pluck out my other eye and take it to her. And her father will not bite her. It will not beat her. Swallow, swallow, little swallow. You tell me marvelous things, but more marvelous than anything is the suffering of men and women. There is no mystery so great as a misery. Fly across the city and tell me what you see there. I'm covered with fine gold. You must take it off leaf by leaf and give it to the poor. The living always think that gold can make them happy forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Coming up next, we have Sana from Holy Sai International coming to tell a Tenali Raman story for all of us. Can we put our hands together, please?
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் சனா. நான் ஹோலி சாய் சர்வதேச பள்ளியில் படிக்கிறேன். நான் தெனாலிராமனின் தொடர்ந்த மோதிரம் கதையை கூற போகிறேன். ஒரு காலத்தில் கிருஷ்ணதேவராயா என்ற அரசர் இருந்தார். அவர் ஒரு விலைமதிப்பதான மோதிரத்தை அணிந்திருந்தார். அப்போது சில மாதங்களுக்கு பிறகு அவர் மோதிரத்தை தொலைந்தது. அவருக்கு 7 காவலாளிகள் மீது சந்தேகம் வந்தது. அதனால்
அவர் தெனாலிராமனை கூப்பிட்டு நீங்களை கண்டுபிடிக்குமாறு கேட்டுள்ளார். தெனாலிராமன் இதற்கு நீங்கள் என்ன பரிசு தருவீர்கள் என்று கேட்டார். அதுக்கு ராஜா, நான் உனக்கு 100 பொற்காசுகள் தரேன் என்று கூறினார். உடனே தெனாலிராமன் அந்த 7 காவலாளிகளை அரசர் அறைக்கு கூப்பிட்டு வந்தார். அப்போது அரசர் அவர்களை காளியின் அறைக்கு கூட்டிச் சென்றார். அப்போது தெனாலிராமன் ஒருவராக உள்ளே சென்று காளியின் பாதத்தை தொடுமாறு கேட்டார். அப்போது எல்லாரும் தொட்டு வெளிவரும்போது தெனாலிராமன் ஒரு கையாய் மோதி பார்த்தார். அப்போது தெனாலிராமன் திருடனை கண்டுபிடித்தார். அப்போ அரசர், நீ எப்படி கண்டுபிடித்தன என்று கேட்கும்போது தெனாலிராமன், நான் வாசனை பொருட்களை தேடி வைத்தேன். அப்போது நான் திருடனை சுலபமாக கண்டுபிடித்து விட்டேன். அதனால் அரசர் அவருக்கு 100 பொற்காசுகளை தந்து விட்டார். நன்றி.
Thank you. Coming up next, we have Akash from SRM Public School coming to perform a monologue written by Oscar. Over to you, Akash.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. I am R. Akash from 9th C, studying in SRM Public School. Here to perform a monologue from A Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Here in this, I am going to be enacting as a Dorian and talking to a person named Harry. This play was good enough for us, Harry. It was Romeo and Juliet. I must rather admit that I was rather annoyed by Shakespeare doing such a wretched place in the whole. However, at any rate, I was determined to see the first act. It was a dreaded orchestra presided by a young Hebrew who sat in his cracked piano and drove me crazy. But however, at the last, the play began. Romeo here is a stout-headed gentleman with god-like voice, a deep, husky voice, and a figure that almost looks like a bead bag. Marquito was almost as bad. He was played by the low comedian and had introduced gags and was pretty friendly with the pig. They both seemed grotesque out of the scenario and as if they came in from some country. But Harry, imagine Julie, hardly 17 years of old, of a small flower-like pot, a young Greek face with plaited coils of dark brown hair, eyes that show violet bells of passion, lips that are like the petals of a flower, rose. I have seen the most beautiful person in the world. Harry, one time you said that pathos left you unmoved, but that beauty, mere beauty, could fill your eyes in tears. I could hardly see the girl because of the mist of tears that came in my mind. And a voice. I've never heard such a voice. It was very low at the start, with deep mellow notes that seemingly to be falling on one's ear. Then it became a little louder and was sounded like a flute. But at the garden sea, it had all the tremendous ecstasy it could have. With just before one hears before dawn, where the nightingales are singing. You know how a voice can still one. Your voice and the voice of Sybil Vane are two things that I shall never forget. When I close my eyes, I hear both of them. I don't know which to follow. Each of them says something different. Hey, I do love her. Why should I not love her? She is everything to me after all in my life. Night after night, I go to see her play. One day it was Rosalind and the other day it was Imogen. I have seen her die in the gloom of the Italian tomb, sucking the poison from her lover's lips. I have seen her wandering in the forest of Arden, disguised as a pretty boy with a dainty cap. She had gone mad and had come to the presence of the king, to whom she gave root to wear and bitter herbs to taste for. She had been innocent, but that black hands of jealousy had crushed her reed-like throat. Hey, it is quite obvious that an actress would work and do the same things that we do, like their own
stereotypical smile and around charity parties, you know what I mean. But hey, even though she is everything to be in my life, is an actress worth loving. I'm Arakesh from 90. Thank you.
That was wonderful. That was a really wonderful performance. Coming up next, we have Aradhana from Police Eye International coming to tell us a story from the Panchatantra. Can we put our hands together for her, please?
எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் ஆராதனா நானா ஹோலிசாய் சர்வதேச பள்ளி 6ஆம் வகுப்பு படிக்கிறேன். நான் இப்பொழுது உங்களுக்கு ஒற்றுமைய பலம் கதை சொல்ல போகிறேன். ஒரு ஊர்ல ஒரு விவசாயி, அவருக்கு 3 மகன்கள் இருந்தாங்க. அவங்க 3 பேரும் எப்பவுமே சண்டை போட்டுட்டே இருப்பாங்க. சண்டை போட்டுட்டே இருந்த ஒருத்தரும் சரியா விவசாய வேலை செய்யல. விவசாய வேலை செய்யாம நேரத்தை வீணடிச்சுட்டே இருப்பாங்க. அதனால அந்த விவசாயிக்கு ரொம்ப கவலையா இருந்துச்சு. உடனே என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி யோசிச்சுட்டு இருந்த அவருக்கு ஒரு யோசனை வந்துச்சு. உடனே அவரோட 3 மகன்களை கூப்பிட்டு, நான் உங்களுக்கு 2 போட்டி வைக்க போறேன். இல்ல ஜெயிக்கிறவங்களுக்கு என்னோட எல்லா சத்தியம் தரேன்னு சொன்னாரு. முதல் போட்டி, ஒரு 3 கருப்பு கட்டைகளை கொடுத்து ஒரு கட்டையா உடைக்க சொன்னாரு. 3 மகன்களும் அதே மாதிரி ஒரு கட்டையா ரொம்ப சுலபமா உடைச்சாங்க. 2வது போட்டி, அந்த விவசாயி கட்டை பிரிக்காம எல்லா கருப்பு கட்டையில உடைக்க சொன்னாரு. அந்த 3 மகன்களும் எவ்வளவு முயற்சி பண்ணியும் அவங்களால அந்த கட்டையை உடைக்க முடியல. அப்ப அந்த விவசாயி சொன்னாரு, நீங்களும் அந்த கருப்பு கட்டைகளை மாதிரிதான், தனித்தனியா இருந்தீங்கன்னா உங்களை எல்லாரும் உடைச்சிருவாங்க. ஒருவேளை நீங்க ஒன்னா இருந்தீங்கன்னா உங்களை யாரால பிரிக்க முடியாதுன்னு சொன்னாரு. இத்தனை நாளா அவங்க ஊர்லயே சண்டை போட்டுட்டு நினைச்சு அவங்க ரொம்ப வருத்தப்பட்டாங்க. அன்னையில இருந்து அவங்க எல்லாரும் ஒன்னா சேர்ந்து விவசாய வேலை செஞ்சு அவங்களோட நிறைய உழைப்பை கொடுத்து அவங்க சீக்கிரமாவே பணக்காரங்களாங்க. நன்றி.
Thank you. Coming up next, we have Varun from the SRM Public School coming to perform a monologue written by Tennessee Williams. Can we put our hands together for him?
One second, Varun.
Yes, over to you, Varun. Can we please put our hands together for him again?
Good morning all. I am Varun from class 11 representing SRM Public School, and I am here to perform Tom's final monologue in The Glass Menagerie from Tennessee Williams. In this monologue, the protagonist Tom has just left his old life and is dealing with the repercussions of leaving his family abandoned. Laura, his sister, whom he has direct guilt for abandoning. I didn't go to the moon. I went much further. But time is the longest distance between 2 places. Right after that, I was fired for writing a poem on the lid of a shoebox. I left St. Louis. I ascended the staircase of a fire escape one last time. And from then, I followed my father's footsteps in search of the emotion that was long lost in space. I traveled through the great heel. Cities swept across me like dead leaves, leaves that were brightly colored, but were torn away from their branches. I would have stopped, but I was pursued by something that would always take upon me, unawares altogether taking me aback. Perhaps it was just some familiar bit of music. Perhaps it was just a tiny transparent piece of glass. Perhaps it was just me walking alone in the streets at night of an unknown city until I found my companions. I went to a shop which had brightly colored windows. They sold perfume in the shop. There were a million pieces of colored glass all over it. There were transparent models, colored in delicate colors like it's a shadow of rainbow. Then my sister touches my shoulder. I turn around and look into her eyes. Laura. Oh, Laura. I tried to leave you behind me, but I'm more faithful than I intend to be. I grab a cigarette, I run across the street, I go to the bar or movies, I get a drink, and I tell the nearest strangest person anything that will blow your candles out. For lightning is the only thing that illuminates the world. Blow your candles out, Laura. And so, goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Coming up next, we have Abhinav from the Holy Sai International coming to perform a Tamil story for all of us. Can we put our hands together for him, please? A little louder. Thank you.
வணக்கம், என் பெயர் அபினவ். நான் ஹோலிசாய் சர்வதேச பள்ளியில் 6ஆம் வகுப்பு பயில்கிறேன். நான் இப்பொழுது ஆத்திரம் அழிவை தரும் என்ற ஒரு தமிழ் கதையை கூறப்போகிறேன். ஒரு ஊரில் ஒரு கிராமம் இருந்தது. அந்த கிராமம் காட்டை சுற்றிய ஒரு வனப்பகுதி. அங்கே விலங்குகளை நேசிக்கும் ஒருவன் இருந்தான். அவன் ஒரு நாள் காட்டிற்கு சென்றான். அப்பொழுது ஒரு அழகான புள்ளிமானை அவன் கண்டான். அதன் அழகில் அவன் மயங்கினான். அதனால் அதை அவன் வீட்டிற்கு அழைத்து செல்ல முடிவெடுத்தான். அதே நாள் இரவு அந்த மானை திடீரென அவன் வீட்டில் காணவில்லை. அது எங்கு சென்றிருக்கும்? அது ஓடவும் இல்லை, ஆனால் காணாமல் போய்விட்டது. அவனுக்கு ஆத்திரம் எழுந்தது. என்ன செய்வது என்று தெரியாமல் இருந்தான். அப்பொழுது அவன் கடவுளை துதித்தான். கடவுள் அவன் முன் தோன்றினார். பக்தா, நீ என்னை அழைத்ததற்கு காரணம் என்ன என்று கேட்டான். நான் ஆசையாக ஒரு மானை வளர்த்தேன். அந்த மான் யாரோ ஒருவர் அதை அபகரித்து சென்று விட்டார். இப்பொழுது நான் என்ன செய்வேன்? எனக்கு என்ன செய்வது என்று தெரியவில்லை. கடவுளே, நீதான் என்னை காப்பாற்ற வேண்டும் என்று கூறினான். அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் எனக்கு என் மானை அபகரித்த நபரும் என் கண் முன் வந்து நிற்க வேண்டும். அதுதான் என் ஒரே வேண்டுகோள் என்று கூறினார். எல்லோரின் வேண்டுதலையும் நிறைவேற்றும் அந்த கடவுள் சற்று தாமதித்தார். அப்பொழுது, பக்தரே, நான் உனக்கு உன் மானை திருப்பி தருகிறேன். ஆனால் அதை அபகரித்த நபர் யார் என்று என்னிடம் கேட்காதே என்று கூறினார். அதெல்லாம் முடியாது, எனக்கு என் மான் வேண்டும். அப்பொழுது அந்த நபர், அதுவாவது என் மானை அபகரித்த நபரும் என் கண்ணில் வந்து நிற்க வேண்டும் என்று கூறினார். அது மிகவும் பிடிவாதமாக இருந்தது. கடவுள் கூறினார், நான் அந்த வரத்தை நிறைவேற்றுகிறேன். ஆனால் பிற்காலத்தில் நீ என்னை நினைத்து வருத்தப்படக்கூடாது என்று கூறினார். அதெல்லாம் எனக்கு வருத்தமே வராது. எனக்கு என் மான் திருப்பி வேண்டும். அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் அதை அபகரித்த நபர் என் முன்பு வந்து நிற்க வேண்டும் என்று கூறினார். சரி, சற்று திருப்பி பார்த்து, அந்த அபகரித்த நபர் உன் பின் தான் நிற்கிறார் என்று கூறியவுடன் கடவுள் சட்டென்று மறைந்து விட்டார். அவனும் சட்டென்று திரும்பி பார்த்தான். அப்பொழுது அங்கு நின்று கொண்டிருந்தது ஒரு நபர் அல்ல, அது ஒரு சிங்கம். அதனால்தான் அவன் உணர்ந்தான், இதுக்காக தான் கடவுள் என்னிடம் அதை பற்றி கேட்காதே என்று கூறினாரா? இப்பொழுது நான் என்ன செய்ய வேண்டும்? அப்பொழுது அவனின் கைகால் எல்லாம் நடுங்கியது. என்ன செய்வது என்று தெரியாமல் முடித்துக் கொண்டிருந்தான். அப்பொழுது, கடவுளே, என்னை காப்பாற்று என்று அலறிக்கொண்டே திரும்பவும் கடவுளையே வேண்டிக் கொண்டு போனார். நன்றி. இது நீதி. யாராக இருந்தாலும் கோபப்படுவது அது அழிவை தேடித்தரும். அது மட்டுமல்லாமல் இப்பொழுது அந்த பக்தர் போல் நாமளும் அழிய வேண்டும். நன்றி.
Thank you so much. Now, before moving on to the next few performances, we have a guest performer for us, She is Miss Vishnu Lakshmi. Vishnu Lakshmi is a 21-year-old dancer, choreographer, and aerialist. She started dancing at the age of 2 and has specialized in Bharat contemporary and is now conducting regular workshops and classes for the above styles under the banner of her dance school, Sri Sai Sahasra. Vishnu Lakshmi has also choreographed and been in multiple advertisements for Milky Mist, Fully Filmy, GRT, etc. She has also choreographed several performances for several colleges, schools across Chennai for competitions and events. She is now practicing aerial acrobatics performer and has performed in several shows for sabhas, margari, concerts, events, including several tours to the US, UK, and Russia. Her more recent tour to Korea and Japan is scheduled for this October. She recently completed her 60th stage performance as well. She now has her own troupe and they have been performing along her in her various performances and dance festivals. Vishnu Lakshmi aims to become a more versatile dancer and combine classical dance forms with contemporary dance forms to create something innovative and challenging. Can we put our hands together for our guest performer?
Can you hear me? எல்லாருக்கும் தமிழ் புரியுமா இல்ல இங்கிலீஷ் ஆல்சோ தமிழ் ஆல்சோ ஒர்க்ஸ் ஓகே ஸோ யாருக்கெல்லாம் மகாபாரதா தெரியும் ஃபுல்லா தெரியும் எல்லாமே தெரியும் யா ஸோ டுடே we learn a little bit of the story behind the Mahabharata and a little bit of the journey through Mahabharata, right? So dance, who learns dance? Who loves to watch dance? Yes? Yeah? பரதநாட்டியம் நிறைய பார்த்துருக்கீங்களா டிசைபிள்ஸ் போயிருக்கீங்களா So you know that December, January is Margari season, correct? So நான் நினைச்சேன்னா today we can do some parts of the Mahabharata through Bharatanatyam. So I'm going to explain this entire story using Bharatanatyam hands and it would be awesome that if you guys could help me also. Yeah? So I will teach you 2 or 3 hands and whenever I narrate the story we can do it together. Yes? Yeah? Cool. So who knows Draupadi? யாருக்கு திரௌபதியோட ஸ்டோரி பத்தி தெரியும்? Yes? No? Yes? Okay, we'll go story by story, okay? So Draupadi's life through the whole of Mahabharata. Who wrote the Mahabharata? Veda Vyasa wrote the Mahabharata. He is a very common figure once you enter the realm of heritage and cultural history. He wrote the Rig Veda, Samaveda, Gur Veda, and most of the Vedas that our stories stem from, that most of the cultural stories from our heritage stems from. So in the Mahabharata, he says that Draupadi's story started when she was born from fire. So fire எப்படி காமிப்பீங்க normally? How would you symbolize fire? Definitely. So Bharatanatyam, we do the same thing, except fish, we just do this. So when she was born from fire, she was the most beautiful person. Appo irundha kaalathila, she was so beautiful to look at that her father decided to get her married, right? But her marriage couldn't be very normal, right? So, அந்த காலத்துல princes and princesses were not married by whoever they choose. They were married by whoever was given a task and whoever conquered that task. So her father decided that he will hang up this entire fish-shaped hook sort of thing, and here there will be a whole oil, a crate full of oil on the floor. So whoever can look at the oil, aim the arrow, and hit that fish-shaped hook would marry Draupadi. So it was a test for your intelligence, for their skill, for their bravery, and for people who had the guts to come and try the challenge. Yeah, the challenge is challenging. So imagine looking at oil and trying to hit something that's above your head with an arrow. So they challenged many people, and only people of the higher class are allowed to come. So princes, that is kings, that is brahmanas. Only they were allowed to try the challenge because for a princess, there had to be a certain caste. Right? So at that point of time, many people tried, they aimed, and it obviously missed. And then came the Pandavas. So how many of you know the Pandavas? How many of you know the Kauravas? Yes? Good. So when the Pandavas came, how many of them are in the, how many people make up the Pandavas? 5. Perfect. Do we know the names of all 5 of them? Very good. Can we give him a big round of applause? Good. So we have the 5 Pandavas, right? So who do you think would have aimed for that and got to marry Draupadi? Arjuna, correct. Because Arjuna is very skilled. He is the one who has the most amount of skill, and that is which Draupadi's father also knew. So once he, in marriage, got Draupadi back home, the Pandavas have a thing that every time they leave their kingdom, they always bring back something for their mother. What's their mother's name? Kunti Devi, correct. So every day when they come back home to their kingdom, they say, Kunti Ma, see what we brought for you today. We went to the forest, we got something and we want to give it to you today. The same thing they did today also, except Kunti Devi didn't know that it was Draupadi. So she asked all of them to share whatever, as per usual, right? Amma enna solvaanga, enna eduthu vandalu share dana pananum, correct? So she said, share whatever you brought back home today. But she didn't realize that it was Draupadi. And once she saw Draupadi, she realized, obviously she couldn't take it back, right? So once you say something, once she ordered them to share, they obviously had to share her, and hence Draupadi has 5 husbands. There's an alternative story in the Mahabharata where in Draupadi's previous birth, she prayed to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva granted her many boons actually. And in those boons, she said in her next janma, in her next life, she wanted a husband or an equivalent who will be strong, who will be wise, who will be skilled, who will speak only the truth, who is always very pleasant, who is very beautiful to look at. And Lord Shiva said, all of these qualities in one person will not be possible, but they will be alternatives, and if she is willing to accept that, he will give her these wishes. And she said, okay. So there are many perspectives to this one story, and there are many authors who have co-authored the reason why Draupadi has 5 husbands. But please sit and read all of them, because all of them have such ancient and actually some of them have had very verified facts as well. So moving on from there, now Draupadi has how many husbands? Can anyone except him name all 5 of them for me? Arjuna, yeah?
Arjuna, Yudhishthira, Bhima, Sahadeva, Nakul.
Good, very good. Perfect. So now, who knows who is Draupadi extremely devoted to? Who does she consider her god? Who does she pray to? Krishna. Correct. How many of you know Draupadi's incident? Okay, where the Kauravas gamble. Yes, we've heard of that. So let's go to that story. Yes, you heard of it too. Yeah, we'll try and explain to the people who haven't heard. Yeah. So one day, a very long time ago, after all of this happened, the Kauravas were against the Pandavas. So you have the Pandavas on one hand and you have the Kauravas on the other, right? So the Kauravas approached the Pandavas and they started gambling with each other. So the Kauravas are not exactly the most, let us say, nice people. They're extremely cunning, right? So if they're sitting, there is a big board in front of them. They take the dice and they start playing the game. And once they play the game, the Kauravas cunningly try to find ways to manipulate and win the game to them. Hence, Yudhishthira is losing his kingdom, he's losing his land, he's losing his jewelry, his clothes, himself, his brothers, and to a point where there was nothing else to give except Draupadi. And the Kauravas gambled that also. They were convincing him and riling him up, saying, you can't win this also. And they had proof as well, right? So they were watching the game, they were noting how he was rolling the dice, they were noting the numbers, and they were manipulating the game to get their way and win. So towards the end, all they had to give up was Draupadi. So once Yudhishthira rolled the last dice and he lost, they brought Draupadi, and Draupadi obviously was now to belong to the Kauravas, right? But in her thought process and in her point of view, she was not aware of all of this happening. So the courtroom is in a separate place. If there's a castle, there's a courtroom, and there is a queen's quarters that happens towards the side. So when she was dragged by one of the Kauravas and left in the courtroom, they decided to dethrone her. Basically to hold her sari's pallu and pull it off in front of all of the elders, all of the Periyava, all of the people that she's supposed to respect, right? Because they are family order. Periyava, they are the people that you have to get your blessings from. They are the people that you have to respect, previous kings, previous princes. And in front of all of them, she's screaming for help, right? So she's saying, someone please save me, someone please tell me what is going on, because she was not present. But nobody could, because they had just lost everything, their kingdom, their pride, their lands, and they had nothing to rule over through the Kauravas. So what did Draupadi do at that point? Who else was there to save Draupadi? Yes. But Lord Krishna doesn't come very, very easily. So at that point, if in her mind she is still screaming Lord Krishna, she is still screaming Lord Krishna and asking for everybody else's help. So Lord Krishna decided as long as her thoughts are pure with him and only him, he will wait. So it kept going and they are pulling her sari and they are pulling it and she goes and she realizes at that point of time nobody is going to help her except her Lord. So at that point she takes her hands above her head and she starts screaming Lord Krishna's names. How many names do you think Lord Krishna has? 10. Can you all do homework? Will you go and find out how many names Lord Krishna has? Yes? And she started naming each one of those names. And after naming each one of those names, in the process of naming each one of those names, she realized that not only was her sari length getting longer, but the Kauravas were getting more tired. And it went on for hours and minutes until they were so exhausted, she realized that it was all the power that her Lord was giving her. So that was the end of the story. So what the most part Mahabharata has for us is, you have a deity, you have their subjects, you have common people, and it's to make sure you understand that everyone is equal. Irrespective of differences, irrespective of jati, caste, where you were born, how it works, you have equality. Even if hardship comes, even if you are born to a higher place, even if you guys study in the same school, am I right? Yes? The same class, but not all of you are the same. You learn to get along with each other, correct? When you read the Mahabharata, you will start learning the nuances of each story, of each character, each personality, and how they grow throughout the story. Yeah? Got it? So will you guys give it a shot? I know when I started reading the Mahabharata, it was only because I was going to be dancing it for one of my items. And I thought reading it would make it easier for me to perform it. And in the process of reading it, it looked very big. Like the book was like huge. And that freaked me out so much. But once I started getting through, I think the second or the third chapter, it has so many details about each and every person that you start wanting to know the person more. Why do you think Draupadi picked Arjuna and not Yudhishthira? Why do you think Yudhishthira was considered the person who was the most truthful when towards the end something completely different would happen? When there are so many things, you'll be forming opinions about small things that towards the end, I don't want to spoil the story for you because I want all of you to definitely read it. And which is why I'm going to perform this little pasanam from Mahabharata Varnam. It's based off Draupadi herself and it's called a Draupadi Ashtakam. And it's usually incorporated in a Varnam. So a Varnam is a central piece of a Bharatanatyam like Marga, right? So I'm going to perform that part for you so you understand how her character is. Every time I'm going to teach you small hands so you can relate to it, yeah? This is inside, like her mind, her soul, her feelings, how she's seeing things, right? This is see, feel, mind, heart, soul, breathe, body. This is praying, obviously. This you all know, appreciate. Ah, very good. And this would be? How is it Draupadi? Arjuna, okay? This is? Yeah, so we are coining these actions to certain people so that we can understand the next 3 minutes of the dance. Yeah? Perfect? Can I have the audio? Yes? Good. Did you find it interesting?
Can we give one more big round of applause for our next performer? Thank you so much, Vishnu. I would now request Mrs. Mahalakshmi Balaji, our online academic head, to please honor our guest performer. And I would also request you to tell a few words about Read On and inspiring the younger generation.
So first off, congratulations to all of you who put in something this amazing. I feel like now the wise like more we didn't have a lot. Also, we didn't have phones. We didn't have all of these things. Like full of books that with it. So when we started studying or we started reading books, your imagination increases, right? You have more creativity, innovation. Because when you read books, you realize this is somebody else's thought process that you've written in the book. So and I wrote my own books and all a little bit. Wow, my family had to read all that. And I think this is a very good initiative for all of you to start reading something. And start reading something written by the people from South India also. The amount of details that we give is as important as any other author. And there are more perspectives, more point of views. And there are more things for us to launch from our own heritage and our own culture. So even if you temple go it's fine. If you don't want to go to temples, if you don't want to go and visit places, that's completely okay as long as those cultures, those books about them, the books about the heritage, the books about the site also have so much to say about what was happening there. So learn as much as you can, read as much as you can, attend more events like this, and understand how important text is when it comes in the form of a book. Because it's unadulterated, so much thought goes into it, and every word in that book has so much of detail. It contributes to your knowledge and how much your brain can retain at such a young age. As you grow, that helps you a lot. If you want to be a creator, if you want to be a dancer, you want to be a dancer? Oh, good job. So it always helps. It helps in expressing, it helps in letting your emotions out. It's a way of helping you. So try and keep your options open. Try and push yourselves to read more books, to try and different authors, write different genres. Just be open, because this is the age to take in as much as you can. Because when you grow up, everything is going to start seeming like black and white, and you're going to start making very important decisions. So at that point of time, books really do help, because everybody else's perspectives are written down in those books, and every step will like help you reach a lot higher. Okay.
This is a wonderful work, and we support Go Green and Breathe Clean, so we've given you a sampling. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you guys.
Okay, moving on to our performances. We now have Nithila from the SRM Public School coming to render a poem for all of us. Can we put our hands together for her, please?
A new season's greetings to all. 2024 has arrived, and to begin this year in a meaningful moment, myself, Nithila, from SRM Public School, is here to recite you a thoughtful poem. The title of my poem is Miss Me, But Let Me Go, written by Christiana Rossetti. So here goes the poem. When I come to the end of the road, and the sun has set for me, I want no rights in a gloom-filled room. Why cry for a soul set free? Miss me a little, but not for long, and not with a head bowed low. Remember the love that once we shared. Miss me, but let me go. For this is a journey we all must take, and each must go alone. It's all part of the master plan, a step on the road home. When you are lonely and sick at heart, go to the friends we know, laugh at all the things we used to do. Miss me, but let me go. When I am dead, my dearest, sing no sad songs for me. Plant thou no roses at my head, nor shady cypress tree. Be the green grass above me, with showers and dewdrops wet. And if thou wilt remember, and if thou wilt forget, I shall not see the shadows, I shall not fear the rain, I shall not hear the nightingale sing, as if in pain, in dreaming through the twilight that doth not rise nor set. Happily I may remember, and happily may forget. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful poem. Coming up next, we have another poem by Christina Rossetti, What is Pink, performed by Kanishka from the Holy Side International.
Hi everyone, I am Kanishka from grade 7 Holy Side International School. I am here to perform a poem by Christina Rossetti. What is pink? A rose is pink when found in spring. What is red? A poppy is red in its ballet bed. What is blue? The sky is blue where clouds float through. What is white? The swan is white, sailing in the light. What is yellow? Plants are yellow, rich and ripe and mellow. What is green? The grass is green, with small flowers in between. What is violet? Clouds are violet in the summer twilight. What is orange? White and orange, just an orange. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Hidya from the SRM Public School coming to perform.
Happy New Year to one and all present here. I am Hridaya from grade 7 SRMPS, SRM Public School. And I'm here to recite a really famous poem. It is written by a British poet, Lord Byron. He is the famous poet of England. And the poem's name is actually She Walks in Beauty. So now I may start the poem. She walks in beauty like the night, of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright, meet in her aspect and her eyes. Stars mellowed with a tender light, which heaven to gaudy day denies. One shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace, which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er her face. When thoughts serenely sweet express, how pure, how dear their dwelling place, and on that cheek, O earth, that brow, how soft, how calm, how yet eloquent. The smiles that win, the tints that glow, but the tale of days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful performance. Coming up next, we have Sanvi coming to tell us a story. Over to you, Sanvi.
Hi, I'm Sandy from Holy Science International School. Today I'm going to perform a story called The Girl Who Tore Her Books by Entitled. So this tale is about Hannah who looks after her toys well, but not her books. Her mother tried to channel her tearing tendencies by ripping newspaper, but no, she just loves destroying books. I hope she learns a good lesson here. She takes a big nursery rhyme book with the intention of tearing up pages. But no, something very strange happens. One with a habit, and giant shoe full of children grows out and fills the nursery, while Anna shrinks to the thinness of a sheet of paper. When she reappears in the real world, her dress is really torn, her mother is cross. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I guess we can keep clapping when performances are getting over. That keeps the spirit high for all of us. Thank you. Coming up next, we have Rohana from the SRM Public School coming here to perform a poem written by Christina Rosette. Yes, we should be clapping. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is S. Rohana Tessia Matthew. I'm studying grade 5, SRM Public School. I'm going to tell a poem written by Christina Rossetti and titled is Colors. What is pink? A rose is by a fountain spring. What is red? A poppy is red in his barley bed. What is blue? The sky is blue, where the clouds flow through. What is white? A swan is white, sailing in the light. What is yellow? Pears are yellow, rich and ripe and mellow. What is green? The grass is green, and small flowers between. What is violet? The clouds are violet, in the summer twilight. What is orange? White and orange, just an orange. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Sandeep Ganesh from Polisa International coming to perform a monologue from The Tempest. Over to you, Sandeep.
Hi, I am Sandeep from Polisa International. I'm gonna perform a monologue called Such Stuff as Dream Are Made On from Shakespeare's Tempest. Our levels are now ended. These are actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and are melted into air, into thin air, like the cloud-clad towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, which it inherit shall dissolve. like the baseless fabric of this vision. And like the insubstantial peasant fader, leave not a rack behind, where such stuff as dream are made on. And a little life is rounded with a sleep. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess we can clap a little more. Thank you. Coming up next, we have Sarvesh from SRM Public School coming to tell us the poem written by Toruta. Over to you, Sarvesh. Yes, please clap, please clap.
Hello everyone, I'm Sarvesh. Hello everyone, I'm Sarvesh from SRM Public School. Today, I'm going to be telling you all a beautiful poem written by Toru Dutt, The Christmas. By the way, Happy New Year and a Merry Christmas to you all. The sky is dark, the snow descends. Ring bells ring out your merriest chime. The merriest chime. Jesus is born, the virgin bends above him for the happy time. No curtains hide, festooned hung to shield the infant from the cold. The spider webs alone are slung upon the rafters, bread and old. On fresh straw lies the little one, not in a palace, but a farm. And kindly oxen breathe upon his manger bed to keep him warm. White threads of snow the roof's attire, and o'er them stars the blue around. And hark, in white the angel choirs sings to the shepherds, Christ is born. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Sarvesh. Coming up next, we have Avantika coming to tell us a poem written by Lord Byron. Over to you, Avantika.
Happy morning. My name is Avantika from Odisha International School. I'm going to perform a poem called Darkness. I had a dream which was not all a dream. The bright sun got extinguished, and the stars did wander, darkening the eternal space, rayless and pathless and the icy earth. Swam blind in the darkening, the moonless air. Morn came and went, came and brought no day. Men's forgot passion in rate of this location, and all hearts were chilled into selfish fear for a life, and they did live by watchfires and the thorns. The palace of crowned kings, the hut of habitation of things of Jebel, were burnt into beacons, and cities were consumed. And men gathered in front of the blazing smoke, and once more looking into each other's face. Happy was to within the eye of volcanoes and the mountainous torch. And all the fearful hope of all the world contained, their forest set on fire, but hour by hour it fell and faded, and the crackling of the drums got extinguished, and all sudden was a crash, and all was a blood. Thank you.
Thank you. Coming up next, we have Sayal from SRM Public School coming to render a poem for all of us. Over to you, Sayal.
A very warm good morning to all the poetry enthusiasts here. I am Syed Rehan of SRM Public School. Today I am here to recite a poem. To India, my native land, written by an Indian poet, Henry Vivian Derozio, from Calcutta in the year 1828. A very warm good morning to all the poetry enthusiasts here. I am Syed Rehan of SRM Public School. Today I am here to recite the poem To India, my native land, written by an Indian poet, Henry Louis Vivian Derozio, from Calcutta, which was published in the year 1828. To India, my native land is a typical Derozian poem in its theme and style. The main theme of the poem is patriotism. The poem laments the degradation and devaluation of India during the British rule. So let's embark on a poetic journey. My country, in thy days of glory past, a beauteous halo circled round thy brow, and worshipped as a deity thou wast. Where is thy glory? Where the reverence now? Thy eagle pinion is chained down at last, and groveling in the lowly dust art thou. Thy minstrel had no reed to weave for thee, save the sad story of thy misery. Well, let me dive into the depths of time and bring from out the ages that have rolled a few small fragments of these wrecks sublime, which human eye may never more behold. And let the guerdon of my labor be, my fallen country, one kind wish for thee. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a wonderful performance. Coming next, we have Sanjit from Holy Sai International coming to tell us a story from the famous fire. Over to you, Sanjit.
Hello everybody, my name is Sanjay. I am from Holy Sai International School. Today I am going to perform the story Famous Fire Had a Mystery to Solve by Eden Britton. Timmy was waiting for his children at the top of the hill. Children were playing football, the ball to the air. Timmy saw the ball and he catched it. And the judge came and George said, "Oh, can you give this ball? This ball looks good." Suddenly, Timmy released the ball on George's feet, and George said, "It's so heavy, I cannot lift it, but it looks good." Wilford came. Wilford is blabbering about the two guys of Timmy and George, and Wilford said, "Oh, these two guys are playing without me. I'm going to make a sketch for these two guys." And Wilford hid behind the tree to make them horror of them. Then Wilford started to whistle of irritate Timmy. Then Timmy said, "Who was the guy?" Again, Timmy said, "Who was the guy?" Then George says, "Oh, this Wilford is irritating Timmy. I'm going to punch him." And George misses his punch and started to dance like a lady. And everybody started to laugh of George and said, "Ha ha ha ha, ha 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 ha." The Julian came and said, "Everybody, stop it, come for lunch. Thank you."
Thank you so much. I guess we can give him a big round of applause. Thank you. Coming up next, we have Pranavi from the SRM Public School coming to tell us a poem written by Dan Thomas. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Pranavi of grade 11. Today, I'm reciting "And Death Shall Have No Dominion" by Dylan Thomas. This poem explores the theme of eternal life and the resilience of human spirit in the face of death. Let's dwell into the timeless verses of Dylan Thomas. "And death shall have no dominion. Dead man, naked, they shall be one. But the man in the wind and the west moon, Can I restart? Good morning, everyone. I'm Pranvi of grade 11. Today I'm reciting "And Death Shall Have No Dominion" by Dylan Thomas. This poem explores the theme of eternal life and the resilience of human spirit in the face of death. Let's delve into the timeless verses of Dylan Thomas. And death shall have no dominion. Dead man naked, in the they shall be one. A dead man naked, they shall be one. When their bones are picked clean and the clean bones gone, they shall have stars at elbow and foot. Though they be mad, they shall be seen. Though they sink through the sea, they shall rise again. Though lovers be lost, love shall not. And death shall have no dominion. And death shall have no dominion. Under the windings of the sea, they lying long shall not die winly. Twisting on racks, when sinews still wait, stab to a wheel, yet they shall not break. Faith in their hands shall snap in two, and unicorn evils run them through. Split all in surf. They shan't crack, and death shall have no dominion, and death shall have no dominion. No more eagles cry at their ears, or waves break loud through the seashores. Where blue a flower, may a flower no more lift its head to the blows of the rain. Though they be mad and dead as nails, heads of the characters hammer through daisies, break in the sun till the sun breaks down, and death shall have no dominion. Thank you.
That was great. Coming up next, we have Mridula from the Holy Sai International coming to tell us a Bharatiyar poem. Over to you, Mridula. Can we please give a big round of applause for her?
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். என் பெயர் மிருதுளா. இன்று நான் பாரதியார் எழுதிய "நான் விழுவேன் என்று நினைத்தாயோ" என்ற பாடலை கூறப்போகிறேன். தேடிச் சோரென்று பல சின்னஞ்சிறு கதைகள் பேசி, மனம் வாடி துன்பமிக உழன்று, பிறர் வாட பல செயல்கள் செய்து, நரை கூடி கிளம்பருவ மெய்தி, கொடு கூற்று கிரையறப்பின் மாயும் பல வேடிக்கை மனிதரைப் போல நான் வீழ்வேன் என்று நினைத்தாயோ, இன்னை சில வரங்கள் கேட்பேன், அவை நேரே இன்றெனக்கு தருவாய். எண்ணன் முன்னை தீயவினை பயன்கள் இன்னும் மூலா தளிந்திடுதல் வேணும். இனி என்னை புதிய உயிராக்கி என கேளும் கவலையறச் செய்து, மதி தன்னை மிக தெளிவு செய்து சந்தோஷம் கொண்டிருக்க செய்வாய். நன்றி.
Coming up next, we have Niharika from the SRM Public School coming to tell us a story from the famous panel. Over to you, Niharika.
Greetings, respected friends and teachers. I'm Niharika, grade 6, thrilled to take you to the enchanting world of storytelling. The weather is so cold and windy out here at Kirin Island. Let me get into my house for some warmth. Great. Now myself, George, don't call me Georgina, is here to take you. I just start from again. Greetings, respected friends and teachers. My name is Niharika, 6th great, thrilled to take you into the enchanting world of storytelling. The weather is so cold and windy out here at Kieran Island. Let me get into my house for some warmth. Great. Now myself, George, don't call me Georgina, is here to enact you one of my world-building adventures of the enigmatic keys at Kieran Island. Our journey trails off as my cousins Julian, Dick, and Annie reach Kieran Island for summer vacation. My parents jet off to sunny Spain, leaving us, the intemperate heroes, under the care of our cook Joanna. We swam the cozy comforts of home, the sandy shores of Kieran Cottage, where a chance encounters with a feisty gypsy girl named Jo, who sparks a series of unexpected events. I seriously hated Jo, as she took my cousins away from me. But Mother Ragamuffin, at the end I understood that she's truly a spirited girl. However, trouble brews when my house is burgled and I was kidnapped. Dave finds out that Jo is the daughter of Simi, the accomplice of the villain, finds it hard to choose between a family and a friends. Jo's loyalty is put to test. Finally, Jo follows the trail of breadcrumbs led by me to a mysterious caravan. The words Red Tower were etched in the wall of the caravan, the only cryptic clues left to the caravan. Our journey gets thrilling as my cousins and a new friend, of course, embarks on a journey to unravel the secrets of enigmatic red towers. They cross the Ravin forest and reach the mansion where Red Tower lives. They go inside underground tunnel and come face to face with a giant man with a flaming red beard. Red Tower. Red captures all of them except Jo. She's the daughter of his accomplice. But Jo's loyalty rescues my cousins and comes upon an ultimate rescue of me from the clutches of nefarious Red Tower. Jo locks all the villains in the tower, followed by police capturing them, and prove as worthy as a friend. This story is going to be very amazing, but you know it is the end, right? So, 3 of the criminals attempt to escape, but their helicopter crashes. Jo is admired by everyone, even by me. It's a pitch-perfect adventure for readers who like mystery, friendship, and a touch of unexpectedness, mystical marvels in majestic moments, and mesmerizing adventure awaits. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful performance. Coming up next, we have Pragadish from the Holy Side International, coming to tell us a poem written by Dalton Thomas. Over to you. Yes, please clap for him.
Good morning, everyone. I'm here Pragadish from grade 8. I'm from a Holy Side International School. I'm going to perform a poem called The Force from the Green Fruits Drives the Flower by Dylan Thomas from his boom boom era of writing from 19th and 20th century. Here I go. The force that drives the flower from my green age is my destroyer. I'm dumb to tell the crooked throws my youth is bent by the same wintry fever. The force that drives the water through the rocks drives my red blood. Drives my red blood. that drives my red blood, drives the mouthful rivers. I'm down to tell, I'm down to tell the. Ma'am, may I restart? Greetings everyone. I'm Emperor from Grade 8 Holy Sanctuary School. I'm going to perform a poem called The Force That Drives the Green Fuse Drives the Flowers. The force that drives the green fuse from the flower drives my green age. That blasts the roots of trees is my destroyer. And I'm down to tell the crooked rose that my youth is bent by the same wintry fever. The force that drives the water under the rocks through the river, mouthful river, turns mine to wax. And I'm down to tell to my mouth and to my vein that this is not self-explanatory. The hand that whirls the water in the pool stills the quicksand that ropes the blowing winds. And I'm down to tell the hanging man that the cover of my clay is made by the hanging man's line. The lips of time leads us to the fountain head. Sorry. Love drips and gathers, and the fallen blood shall calm her source. I am down to tell a weather's wind how heaven has take through by time. I am down to tell the lover's doom. At my sheet goes the crooked worm. Thank you.
It takes a lot of courage to just come on stage and stand in front of a huge audience, isn't it? I guess we should give a big round of applause to all of you performing here. Coming up next, we have Rohan from the SRM Public School coming to tell us a story. Over to you, Rohan. Can you please give him a big round of applause? Please introduce your friends.
Hi, welcome to hi, greetings to everyone and a happy new year. I am Rohan from SRM Public School, here to narrate the story Two Leaves and a Bud by Malk Raj Anand. The story is set in a colonial era tea plantation in India. The heart-wrenching story begins here. We follow Gangu, a middle-aged peasant from Hoshiarpur who is burdened with debts and loss of his lands due to drought. He decides to travel to Assam with his family as he was promised for a good job owned by the British and named as Macpherson Tea Estate. After reaching there, he comes to know that it was a nightmare, as he discovers that it was not a safe and a healthy place to live there. The Thieves' Estate is managed by Croft Cook, who is an ill-hearted Englishman. Women were ill-treated there. Men were forced to work hard without any rest and no proper payback. Houses were not strong, and Gangu was terrified by seeing this. unhealthy situation, the spread of cholera has attacked Sajini, the Gangu's wife. And so she dies after getting weaker and weaker. To perform her last rites, Gangu goes to craft cook, but is turned away by him. Soon, Gangu is also affected by malaria. Got more weaker and weaker by days. So, Leela, Gangu's daughter, gets to the field to work and support the family. But when she is targeted by a sadistic British officer named Reggie Hunt, she is terrified and runs away. When Gangu comes to know this, he also goes there to help her and attempts to help her. And he is seriously shot by Reggie Hunt. The story ends here by the tragic event of Gangu lying dead on the ground and Reggie Hunt escaping the scene as he would be caught by the police for doing a murder. This story reveals the brutal exploitation of Indian coolies by colonial masters. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Coming up next, we have Duruvan from the Holy Sai International coming to perform a Tamil monologue role. Over to you.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். நான் துருவன். இங்கு உங்களுக்கு மகாபாரதத்திலிருந்து கர்ணன் கூறிய சில வசனங்களை உங்களுக்கு நடித்து காட்டப் போகிறேன். உங்கள் கைத்தடலால எனக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுங்க. ராஜமாதா, துரியோதனனால் நட்பை பற்றி நான் அறிவேன். குலமின்றி பெரும் பெயரின்றி என்ற சொல்லை மாற்ற வலிமையால் வெற்றி பெற்று நின்ற என்னை குலமறியான் பெற்றோ பெயறியான் என்று எள்ளி நகையாடி கூணி குறுக வைக்க நினைத்தவர் முன் நான் இருக்கிறேன் என்று நட்பு கரம் நீட்டிய என் தோழனை நான் என்றும் மறவேன் தாயேன். அரசனாக என்ன மனிதனாக மதிக்க கூட குலம் பெரிதனும் பெரிதென்று நினைக்கும் இடத்தில் என் நண்பன் என்னை மணிமுடி சூடி அழகு பார்த்தான். அவனை யாருக்காகவும் விட்டு வரமாட்டேன். தன் எச்சில் உண்ணான் என்ற கூற்றுப்படி அவன் எச்சிலை அவனே உண்ணுவதில்லை. ஆனால் என் நண்பன் எனது எச்சில் உணவை எந்த ஒரு விகற்பமும் இன்றி ஏற்றுக்கொள்வான். அப்படிப்பட்ட நட்பு எங்களுடையது. நீங்கள் நினைக்கலாம், பெற்ற தாய் வந்து கேட்கும் பொழுதும் பாண்டவர் பக்கம் நிற்காமல் துரியோதனன் துரியோதனன் என்று கூறிக்கொண்டிருக்கின்றேனே என்று. ஒரு தரம் நான் துரியோதனன் வீட்டிற்கு சென்றிருந்தேன். அப்போது துரியோதனன் வருவதற்கு சிறிது நேரம் எடுக்கும் என்று நானும் பானுமதியும் சொக்கட்டான் விளையாடி கொண்டிருந்தோம். வாயிலை பார்த்து அமர்ந்திருந்த பானுமதி துரியோதனன் வந்ததை பார்த்து எழுந்து நிற்க வாயிலுக்கு முதுகை அமர்ந்திருந்த நான் விளையாட்டின் முடிவை தெரிந்து ஓடுகிறாளே என்று கைப்பிடிக்க எண்ணி அவள் இடையில் இருந்த மணிமேகலை பிடிக்க மணிமேகலை அருந்து விழுந்தது. அப்போது என்ன நடந்திருக்கும் என்று நினைக்கிறீர்கள்? அந்த இடத்தில் வேறொருவர் இருந்தால் அந்நிலையை அவலம் என்று தான் சொல்ல வேண்டும். ஆனால் என் நண்பன் எந்த ஒரு பதட்டமும் இன்றி எடுக்கவோ கோர்க்கவோ என்றான் மணிகளை நோக்கி. எங்கள் நட்பு அளப்பரியது தாயே. பெற்ற தாய் கைவிட்டும் உலகமே எள்ளி நகையாடி நிற்கும் என்னை அன்பு நம்பிக்கை அளித்து என்னை ஒரு முழு மனிதனாக உலகுக்கு உணர்த்தியவன் அவனே. அவனை யாருக்காகவும் விட்டு வரமாட்டேன். அவனை விட்டு வந்தால் என் உடம்பு உயிரின்றி போய்விடும். மன்னியுங்கள் தாயே.
Coming up next, we have Sai Kriti from SRM Public School. Over to you for your performance.
Happy New Year, everyone. My name is Sakriti from 5th grade. I am studying in SRM Public School. Today I am going to narrate Famous Five, book number 1, Five on a Treasure Island. Famous Five, written by Enid Blyton, is a series of adventure novels. The first book, Five on a Treasure Island, was published in 1942, 83 years ago. In this book, the author describes about the adventures of a group of young children. The story begins with the plans for summer holidays. Siblings Julian, Dick, and Annie's summer holiday plans take an unexpected turn. Unable to visit their favorite spot in Falls Heath, they find themselves invited to spend their summer holidays with Uncle Quentin and Aunt Fanny at Garrett Cottage. Do you know what happened? There, they meet a spirited cousin Georgina, who insists on being called George and lives a life determined to emulate that of a boy. Next day, the cousins, along with George's secret companion Timmy, embark on an adventure towards Garrett Island. En route, George reveals the wreckage of a great-great-great-grandfather's ship, which was carrying gold before a storm led to its demise. The siblings were very thrilled to hear this and wanted to explore the ship. On reaching the island, they could not spot the ship. They were a little disappointed. Suddenly, dark clouds gathered and the wind picked up. The sea, which was calm and inviting earlier, now had a different demeanor. The waves were growing larger and larger, and suddenly, the children's adventure took a tangled turn. The ship, which was sunken and hidden beneath the waves, now lay stranded on the rocks near the island. As they ventured deeper into the ship, they found many compartments and hidden chambers. They searched every nook and cranny, hoping to find clues about the ship's history. The atmosphere inside the ship was thrilling and eerie, creating a sense of wonder and mystery. Finally, the children were able to locate a mysterious box in the deck. They took the box home, opened it, and found an old map leading to the treasure. But something dreadful happened. Uncle Quentin sold the box along with the map to a man who collects antique things. The children had to make sure the treasure was safe and keep the hunt hidden. They recollected and made a copy of the map, which led to the castle's courtyard. There, they found many dungeons deep in the ground. As they explored the dungeons, they found a concealed entrance as exactly as marked in the map. On entering the entrance, they found a mysterious chest. The chest was filled with ancient artifacts, gold coins and jewels, all gleaming softly in the dim light. It was a treasure trove hidden away for generations, waiting for the right moment to be rediscovered. But their victory was short-lived. The distant sound of footsteps echoed through the dungeons. Someone else had found the entrance. The children realized they were not alone on this quest for treasure. The nefarious men captured Julian and George, but with the help of their loyal dog Timmy, they escaped. The children's resourcefulness come to the fore as they outsmart the criminals, leaving them stranded on the island. With the help of Uncle Quentin, Aunt Fanny, and the police, the gold is rightfully returned to George's family, transforming their fortunes. The summer escapade on Treasure Island was a story of courage, friendship, and the thrill of uncovering hidden secrets. A story they'll cherish for life. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Deeksha from Holy Sai International School coming to tell us a poem. Over to Deeksha. Can we please clap for her?
Hi everyone, my name is Diksha and I'm going to perform a poem by Dylan Thomas called The Song of the Mischievous Dog. There are many who say that a dog has its day and a cat has a number of lives. There are others who think that a lobster is pink and that bees never work in their hives. There are fewer, of course, who insist that a horse has a horn and two humps on its head. And a fellow who jests that American goodness is as rare as a donkey that's red. Yet in spite of all this, I have moments of bliss, where I cherish a passion for bones. And though doubtful of biscuit, I'm willing to risk it, and I love to chase rabbits and stones. But my greatest delight is to take a good bite at a cat that's plump and delicious. And if I indulge in If I read a bird, let's hope you won't think me too vicious. Thank you.
Thank you, Diksha. Coming up next, we have Jana Barshan from the SRM Public School coming to tell us a story from the famous five. Over to you.
Hello everyone, my name is Jana Barshan and I am from SRM Public School. And now I'm going to present to you the 5 go-to mystery more. So, dear listeners, gather around for a tale woven amidst the captivating pages of the 5 go-to mystery more. Picture, if you will, a fog-draped expanse known as Mystery Moor, where an adventurous crew, the famous 5, embark on a spellbinding journey. As they tread this desolate canvas, the air thickens with an inexplicable sense of wonder. The silhouette of a foreboding mansion, barely visible to the ethereal mist. Intrigued or daring heroes find themselves drawn to the riddle of this eerie setting stage for an enthralling adventure. The 5 meet Mr. Love, an eccentric archaeologist who has an unwavering belief that Mystery Moor carries the secret of an ancient treasure. With the promise of historical discovery and the allure of the unknown, the famous 5 find themselves joining Mr. Love in his excavation escapades eagerly. Together, they delve into most depths, unearthing a trove of 50 artifacts that further deepen the mystery surrounding this isolated landscape. Yet, amidst their discoveries, the atmosphere gets charged with an otherworldly tension, with mysterious figures lurking through the mist, as well as unexplained lights dancing in the night sky. In the calm nights spent camping in Mystery Moor, the famous 5 encountered plenty of glimpses of mysterious shapes lurking in the night, as well as a symphony of eerie sounds. Now picture the famous 5 surrounded by the whispers of Mystery Moor and their curiosity unfurling amidst the unknown. Then the famous 5 suddenly stumble upon hidden caves hidden beneath the surface of Mystery Moor. Subterranean chambers untouched by the passage of time, concealing the key to an ancient legend. Now listeners, beware and hold your breath, because this is where the famous 5's exploration takes a dramatic turn. Now, the famous 5 have encountered a lot of mysterious things that occurred, such as mysterious figures lurking in the night. So now is where the various villains emerge from the shadows, posing as phantoms and determined to thwart any who dare seek the truth. So, even though mysterious figures that were posed as phantoms, as well as their tricks, didn't work on the famous 5, as they stood firm against these spectral imposters. So, in the end, the famous 5 revealed the mysteries that surrounded Mystery Moor. The truth was illuminated, and the famous 5 ride into the sunset with a trail of anticipation, ready for the next chapter of their extraordinary adventures. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Coming up next, we have Mithun Sairam from the Holy Sai International coming to tell us a poem, The Dream by Lord Byron. Over to you, Mithun.
Hello everyone, my name is Mithun Sairam and I'm here to perform a poem called Dream by Lord Byron. The dream returns and you're there again, as if it were not 10 years since you died. We walk ahead, the children follow us. A stone shifts in the screen and starts to slide. It's you, and yet it's not you. It's more like you than a loose composite. But some part of you is someone quite unknown. Your face distorted in the mountain light. They seem to like me now that I'm dead and have no part to argue with the living. Of course, I know I lack the common touch. I can forget, but I'm not unforgiving. Familiar compound, ghost indeed. You laugh. I wrote to change the world and save souls. But finally, life forced me to observe. It's more the artistic art itself consoles. Well, I'm much subject to the blue, not mad enough for this one scope and art. You replied by saying, it's quality that counts. And vision, what you call the death of art. Great pictures can be painted in small rooms. I'm not an angel, never wrote like one. I'm not an angel, never wrote like one. Your work, however, flawed, was yet inspired. At least I never cribbed and skated on. An undertone of sadness in your voice. You stood there in the light of common day. I couldn't recall the witty thing you said about your vanities all washed away. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was the last performer of Holy Science National. Can we give them a big round of applause? Wonderful, wonderful performances. Moving on to the last few performances of SRM. Coming up next, we have Shri Vedika to come and tell us a story. Over to you, Shri Vedika.
Greetings to one and all present here. Myself, Shri Vedika, a 9th grader at SRM Public School, is here to give an overview of Mulraj Anand's well-known story, Untouchable. The plot of the story revolves around a protagonist named Baka. Baka is a victim of injustice who works as a road sweeper cum sanitary worker. As the novel begins, Baka is reporting for another day of cleaning the latrines. As he was cleaning in the house of famous street hockey player named Charan Singh, the man invites Baka to visit his home later in the day. He promises to give Baka a hockey stick as a gift. Baka, on hearing this, was very happy and told him that he would visit his home. When Baka gets home, his sister Sohini leaves to get water for them. She travels to the communal well. However, the untouchables are not able to dip their own water, as the upper caste Hindus believe that a touch of an untouchable will pollute the well and which will then have to be subjected to a lengthy and expensive purification rituals. Sounds foolish, right? Baka moves to the streets sweeping. He accidentally brushes up against a Brahmin Hindu who recognizes him as a street sweeper. He scolds Baka that he has been polluted by him. Baka stays quiet. He shouts as a mob gathers, joining in the insults. The man slaps Baka before a Muslim cart driver breaks up the fight and disperses the mob. Baka attends the wedding of one of his friends. After he tells two of his friends the story of man hitting him, one of them proposes that they will take revenge on that man. Baka considers it, but he understands that untouchables have no recourse for justice. He will only get himself and his family in trouble if he retaliates. He spends rest of the afternoon begging for food, all while being subjected to various indignities and cruelties from the upper caste Hindus. He is increasingly disgusted with the mistreatment he suffers, and when he gets home, he tells his father the story of man hitting him. His father insists the upper caste Hindus are good and kind, and reminds Baka when he was an infant, his father, a Hindu doctor came to their home and recovered him when he had a fever. At home, Baka's father is furious that Baka has been Later in the evening, after collecting the hockey stick from Charan Singh, Baka joins a game of street hockey. During this game, a fight begins and the two teams throw rocks at each other. One of the stones hit a small boy in his head and he gets injured. Baka picks up the child and carries him to his mother, who recognizes him as a street sweeper. She shouts and screams that he has polluted her son. At home, Baka's father is furious that Baka has been away all afternoon. He kicks Baka out of the house. Baka makes his way to a train station where he hears a rumor that Mahatma Gandhi is coming there to give a speech. Baka waits there until Gandhi arrives. Gandhi visits him and urges the people to follow his example of non-violent protest. Baka is enthused by the speech but does not know enough to determine whether Gandhi's suggestions are named. Author's experience as an Indian and the fact Untouchable was written when the caste system was firmly in place make the novel and give the novel an authenticity and accuracy that make it easy to empathize with Baka and his family. I chose this novel because this gives an unique opportunity for readers to experience the plight of victims of the caste system. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was a wonderful story. Coming up next, we have Lalit Aditya from the SRM Public School coming to tell us a story. Over to you, Lalit.
Good afternoon to all the respected hosts and my fellow participants here. My name is Lalit and I'm here on behalf of SRPS. Now, imagine if you will, a magnificent glass castle made entirely of glass, standing as be there from the beginning. Good afternoon to all here, all the respected hosts and my fellow participants. I'm Lalit from class 11 and SRMTS. Now, imagine if you will, a magnificent castle made entirely of glass, standing as the sole witness to the ebb and flow of time, reflecting the intricate lives of all those lived and entwined with the beautiful canvas of the Southeast Asian history. Now, I would like to invite you to join me on this journey, one penned by the brilliant Amitabh Bose. In his masterpiece, The Glass Castle. The Glass Castle is an intriguing tale across the tapestry of South Asian history, one spanning decades, entwined with the lives of characters from India, Burma, and Malaysia. Across this diverse background, we come across Little Ramadajan, an Indian orphan whose life becomes entwined with the teak industry in this colonial Burma. As we embark on this journey, Ghosh masterfully navigates turbulent waters of the 19th century, taking us across the colonization of Burma, the throes of World War II, and the shadows of Japanese occupation. The novel is a poignant exploration of timeless themes: love, loss, and about the political upheavals of man. With rich drawings and vast descriptions, Ghosh paints a wonderful picture about the human drama and backdrop of the world. The glass castle represents a window into the complex social political lives of the people and about their struggles and triumphs. As we continue across this journey, we come to have a profound appreciation for Ghosh's masterful writing, and the way he describes his characters and the way he describes the story, he gives us a very vivid picture of the bygone era. And through this, he leaves us with a mark of deep understanding about the interconnectedness of human history and humanity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And moving on to the last performance for today, we have Sishira from the SRM Public School coming to tell us a story. Over to you, Sishira. Can we please give her a big round of applause?
Greetings, everyone. I'm Sishira from SRMPS studying in grade 11. And today, I welcome you all listeners to the captivating world of Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. Picture the 1930s, when the world was a different place. The Great War had just ended, and the world was still recovering from its devastation. In those times of uncertainty, there was only one thing that people could rely on: the Orient Express. Being the most luxurious train in the world, it traveled from Istanbul to Paris, and it was the preferred mode of transportation for the rich and famous. In the 1930s, it carried a particularly distinguished passengers list. Among the passengers were Belgian detective Hercule Poirot, an American tycoon, a Russian princess, and a British general. One night, the train was stopped due to a snowstorm. The people were trapped inside and soon discovered that one of them had been murdered. The victim was an American tycoon named Ratchet. He had been stabbed to death in his compartment and the door was locked from the inside. Poirot was immediately called to investigate. He quickly determined that the killer was one among the passengers. But who and why had they killed Ratchet? Poirot interviewed each of the passengers and he soon found out that they all had a secret. Ratchet was an atrocious criminal who had escaped justice. He had been planning on killing his wife and her lover, but had been caught and killed instead. The passengers on the train all knew that Ratchet was deserved to die, but they also knew that it was wrong to take the law into their own hands. They killed Ratchet themselves and had made Poirot their accomplice. Now Poirot was faced with a difficult decision. He knew that Ratchet deserved to die, but he also knew that the passengers on the train were guilty. The murder on the Orient Express tells us about justice and revenge, and it also tells us about the power of the human heart, as Poirot let the murderer go away. Now, as we conclude, Poirot solved the mystery, but he also learned a valuable lesson. He learned that justice is not always black and white, and that sometimes the only way to achieve justice is to break the law. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sushila. That brings us to the end of the performances. Can we give a big round of applause to SRM Public School and Holy Science University? Thank you. I would now like to thank the management of Holy Science International, the students, the assisting teacher, and our alchemy teacher, Mr. Dinesh and Mr. Manoj. I would like to extend my thanks to SRM Public School, the management, the student, and the assisting teacher. I would like to extend my thanks to our admin, Mrs. Sheila, Mr. Nirmal, and Mrs. Sudha, Mr. Satish for all the creatives in capturing the best moments, Ms. Srilekha, Ms. Asifa, Ms. Priya Balu, Mr. Manoj, and Mrs. Mahalakshmi Balaji, our online academic head, for their support. And we have a student of Alchemy Youth Theatre handling the lights and sound, Abhinav Krishna Balaji. Thank you so much for today. And I, Tejaswini Vijay, signing off for the Day 2 School Round of Read On Children's Literature Festival Season 4. See you all today at 6 p.m. in the evening. We have a few performances lined up, so you can watch us live. And this is me signing off for today. Thank you so much.